We have several different options for power. The chlorine generator actually runs off of a 12-volt DC deep cell marine battery, which is included with the system. It's encased in a box to keep it safe and in its place. The box simply opens up. Inside, you have your negative and your positive terminal posts. The circulation pump for the M100 chlorine generator has terminal clips. They are red and black to talk to you about, or to tell you about the negative and positive aspects of the pump. The thing that you want to remember is that the red always goes on positive and the black always goes on negative. This pump will run, being it's a DC pump, if you hook it up backwards, but what will happen is the pump will actually run backwards. So you want to make sure that red is on positive and black is on negative. To keep this battery charged up, it also comes with a battery charger. This battery charger will keep the battery charged up all the time when the unit is not in use, and my recommendation is that you do keep the battery always fully charged, because you never know when you're going to need this system. Another power source that comes with the system is a 60-watt solar panel. This is a military grade solar panel. The parts and pieces that come with it are a cable to hook the panel to the battery, and also a voltage regulator to go between the panel and the battery. All of these parts come with instruction on how this is put together. Again, you cannot hook this up wrong. There's only one way that this will go. It is highly recommended that you put the voltage regulator in line between the solar panel and the battery, and I'll show you how that works here in just one moment. To deploy the solar panel, you simply take the Velcro strip loose. You'll find that the cords in the voltage regulator are wrapped inside, and you simply unfold the panel. Now, the best place for this panel to be is actually right on top of the tank. So what we're going to do is locate the fitting on here, step over to the tank, and simply unfold it and lay it right out on top of the tank. My recommendation would be to make sure that you're underneath the hose a little bit. This will keep people from walking on the panel if there's a lot of foot traffic around the system. So it will keep it up off the ground when the tank is full of water, and keep it in a semi-safe place where you can keep your eye on it. You want to locate the plug and the voltage regulator, and you'll notice that on the voltage regulator you have a female fitting and a male fitting. On here we have a male fitting, so that you can't put this together wrong, of course, male to male. You can only go male to female, and you simply take the plug, snap it together, and watch that green gasket disappear. You'll hear this little clip into place, and that holds the two together. The next piece is this cord. This cord is 15 feet long. This cord also has a female end on it. The only thing you have left here from the voltage regulator is a male end, male to female. Plug it in, watch the green gasket disappear. It'll click into place, the clamp goes in. And now what you can do is take your two leads and bring them over to the 12-volt battery. Red to positive, black to negative. And now you've got a situation where you can keep your battery charged up while the sun is out, and then you can run everything else off the battery, the pump and the chlorine generator. So we have everything that you need in a situation where you've got electricity or not with a solar panel. The actual chlorine generator and the pump will run straight off of the solar panel, but it's recommended that you always hook your solar panel to your battery through the voltage regulator. Now this particular marine battery has 2 positive terminals and 2 negative terminals. For all intents and purposes, we're just going to use the large terminals on each side. The terminal clips I currently have in my hand, if you follow the wires back, go to the voltage regulator and to the solar panel. What these would do, these would go on first. And what we want to do is make sure that the black negative is on negative, which is indicated by any G and a minus sign. So what we'll do is we'll hook that directly onto the terminal post. Then we'll take the red to the positive, which is generally it says POS for positive, and it is indicated with a plus sign. And we're going to hook that directly onto the post. As the sun shines into the solar cells, it's pushing energy through the voltage regulator. The voltage regulator is reading that that's happening and putting current back into the battery. As the current pushes back to the voltage regulator, it will tell it that I've got enough voltage, I don't need any more power, and it will turn itself off, so it's not trying to charge the battery when the battery doesn't need to be charged. But if you keep it hooked up in this configuration, when you're utilizing the solar panel, the battery will stay charged on its own. The second thing that's going to go on is going to be the circulating pump. And when the circulating pump is running, these valves are in the open position. That's pulling water out of the tank, through the pump, through the heat exchanger, through the venturi, and back into the tank. When the chlorine generator is running and this hose is hooked up, it is pulling chlorine gas out of the chlorine generator, introducing it into the water stream, and putting it back into the tank. So we have a circulation of water moving through the system. Terminal clips would be hooked on just the same way as the solar panel. We would go black to black, red to red, and you'll hear the pump running, pulling water through the system and circulating it back in, taking chlorine into the tank. At this point, we would start to check for water, the water level, and we would we're going to check for the level of chlorine that we're actually introducing into the water as a gas. And we'll do that from this point right here. When the chlorine generator itself is hooked up and running, it is going to be hooked black to black, red to positive, or black to negative, red to positive, and it's going to hook directly down over the top of the other terminal clips. Solar panel's keeping the battery charged, the pump and the chlorine generator are running directly off of the battery, not the solar panel. As I mentioned before, the M100 chlorine generator and the pump will run off the solar panel by itself, but it's highly recommended that you hook the panel to the battery and the pump and the generator to the battery and run right off the battery. You'll have much better energy source coming from the battery than you will from the solar panel, especially if it's a cloudy day or cloudy and then sunny and then cloudy and then sunny. You may get irregular voltage coming through there, but you won't with the battery.